I'm Dr. S.R. Haq, ex-principal NE Railway Senior Secondary School, Gorakhpur. In my previous lecture, in connection with the alkyl and aryl halides, I've discussed about the structural difference in between alkyl and aryl halides and how to name alkyl halides by common naming system. Let us proceed further in this chapter. And to start with, today I am first taking the monohalogen derivative of benzene or aryl halides for their common name. So common name in case of monohalogen derivative of benzene as for example, this is your Cl. There are 6 corners in the benzene and all these 6 corners are equivalent, and therefore you can substitute any group at any one of the corner, the name will remain same. Now consider this aryl halide. It contains a chloro group attached with the benzene nucleus. So in naming such aryl halides which contains only one substituent, first we name the substituent. In case of halogen, we name it as halo. As for example, chloride is named as chloro, and then we add the name benzene. So it will be chloro plus benzene. This is equal to chlorobenzene. What we do, that we remove IDE from halogen. For example, it is chloride minus IDE, and then we substitute this IDE by O, that is we add O. So this minus IDE will become chlor O plus benzene. Likewise, there will be chlorobenzene, bromobenzene, iodobenzene, etc. Now let us take the case of dihalogen derivative of alkane as well as of that of the benzene. The dihalogen derivative of the benzene and in case of dihalogen derivative of alkane, it can be of two types. Dihalogen derivative of alkane it can be of two types. One is your vicinal and the other is your gem. The vicinal dihalides are also known as alkene dihalide. This is according to the common naming system. I have not started IUPAC naming system. So this is your alkene dihalide. This is common name. And the gem dihalogen derivatives are also named as alkylidene dihalide. Here, alk indicates the word root, which will depend upon the number of carbon atoms. As for example, if there are 2 carbon atoms, it will become eth. It will be ethylene chloride dihalide. It will be ethylene dichloride. Now, what is the difference in between Wisnal and GEM? In Wisnal, the two halogen atoms are present or substituted at two adjacent carbon atoms. And in alkylidene dihalide, the two halogen atoms are substituted at the same carbon atom. Let us take some example to clarify it. Suppose it is your CH3, CH, Cl, CH2Cl. It will be Wisnal because the two halogen atoms are present at two adjacent carbon atoms. The total number of carbon atoms are 1, 2, 3. So in place of alk, we shall use the term then propene dichloride. From the term E, it should not be confused that it contains a double bond in between the carbon atom. It is not so. Similarly, if this is a compound, C, Br, Br, CH3. Now, if instead of only one two Br atom, there is only one Br atom, then its common name will be isopropyl bromide, also known as secondary propyl bromide. Although I have told you earlier that for iso, there should be presence of tertiary carbon atom as at the second position. But in case of propyl, it is an exceptional case where the secondary propyl and isopropyl are same, while in other cases containing 4 or more than 4 carbon atoms, the secondary and iso terms are used in different cases. So if it is isopropyl bromide and if it becomes dihalogen derivative, that is GEM, then this compound will be named as isopropylidene dibromide. It may also be called as secondary propylidene dibromide. Now let us take the case of such an alkyl halide which contains a benzene nucleus, but the two halogen atoms are substituted in the side chain. Then if the case is like this, this group is known as benzyl group or benzylidene group. And if there are two chloro groups here, then this will become benzylidene dichloride. What would be IUPAC name? That I will tell you later on when I will start this IUPAC naming system for all the compounds. Now let us take the case of the dihalogen derivative of arenes or aryl dihalides. Let us see how are they named by common naming system. Naming of dihalogen derivative of arenes or aryl dihalides in case of aryl dihalides. There may be 3 di substituted isomer. Suppose it is X, it is Y. The 2 groups are substituted at at 2 adjacent positions. The position may also be like this. All these will have the same name. Now this is 1-2 position. That is 2 groups are substituted at 1-2 position. So this is called as ortho position. And in short, it is represented by O. If the 2 groups are substituted at alternate position, like this, then such a position is known as meta position. In short, it is represented by M. And if the 2 groups are substituted in place of hydrogen at alternate to alternate position, like this, all these compounds will have the same naming. This is your 1,4 position. 1,4 position. This is your called as para position. In case of meta, it will be 1,3 position. Now suppose the compound is your this one, Cl. If we number it, we find that the 2 groups are at 1,3 position with respect to each other. That is, it will be meta position. So in IUPAC naming system, in a common naming system, it will be called as meta. And when there are 2 similar groups, then before their name, the term di is used. That's why it will be called as meta dichlorobenzene. This is common name, which I am telling you. I'm not telling the IUPAC name. I will come on that later on, after this. Now let us take the case of an alicyclic compound. This is your alicyclic, which does not contain a benzene nucleus but is cyclic in nature. And suppose some group is attached here, like Cl. Then in alicyclic, first we name as the alkyl group in the common naming system. and then the name of the halogen or the group which is attached. So this was originally cyclohexane, but if you remove hydrogen atom or subtract one hydrogen atom from cyclohexane, it will become cyclohexyl and then chloride. So its name will be your cyclohexyl chloride. Now let us take IUPAC naming system for naming alkyl and aryl halides. IUPAC naming system for naming alkyl and aryl halides. In IUPAC naming system, the complete name of organic compound is the sum of different components. Let us see what are those components by the addition of which or by the sum of which we get the complete name of the organic compound. First, we name secondary prefix with its position. Position means when we number the carbon atom, then we shall see that with which carbon atom it is attached or on which carbon atom it is being substituted, maybe third, second, whatever be, that I will see with the help of examples, plus primary prefix plus word root plus primary suffix with its number or position plus secondary suffix with its position. Let us first see that what are these terms, and then we shall take the examples for naming the compound. First, you take secondary prefix. This is also known as substituent group. That is a group which has been substituted in place of hydrogen for completing the tetravalency of the carbon atom, but is not a functional group like OH, CHO, COH, etc. These are the functional group. In place of this, if we substitute a group like Cl, Br, I, CH3, that is chloro, bromo, iodo, CH, methyl, then these are called as the substituent group. For example, chloro, bromo, methyl. Then becomes primary prefix. Primary prefix indicates whether the compound is cyclic or non-cyclic in nature. If it is cyclic, then we use the term cyclo, and if it is non-cyclic, then no term is required. That is, this portion will be deleted in that case. Now this primary suffix, as you will be knowing, it indicates the nature of carbon atom in between the carbon, in nature of bond in between the carbon atoms. So primary suffix it indicates nature of bond between carbon atoms. If it is single bond, then it will be ane. For carbon-carbon double bond, it will be ene, and for carbon-carbon triple bond, it will be ine. Now here I have written that primary suffix with its position. If there is ane, that is single bonding only present in between the carbon atoms, then there is no need to assign its position, because all the single bonded position will be same. In case of ene, it is must to indicate the position, that is the double bond is starting after the second carbon atom, then it will be 2 ene. If it is after first carbon atom, it will be 1 ene. And likewise, if there is triple bond in between the carbon atom, then primary suffix is ine. So if the triple bonding in between the carbon atom is starting from third carbon atom from one of its end, then it will become 3 ine. Take this portion, word root, which I have left till now. This word root indicates the number of carbon atoms in the longest chain. Number of carbon atoms in the longest chain. It means that for naming an organic compound, you will have to choose the longest chain of the carbon atom. So suppose this is the case. If we start numbering from this side, then the double bond is coming on second position. That is, ene will be at the second position, and because of the 4 carbon atoms, word root will be but. So it will be derivative of but to ene. Now when we take the longest chain and assign the position of the groups or the multiple bonding in the chain, then on the basis of IUPAC naming system, the numbering should be started from that side, so that the total sum of the numbers of all the locants should be minimum or should be lowest. But in this, we should also see that if there is presence of any functional group, then it should be given preference, or first we should give the number to that carbon atom at which the functional group is present. It may violate the lowest sum rule, and therefore the order of numbering of carbon atom or preferential order will be like this: functional group, first we name that carbon atom at which functional group is present, then carbon-carbon double bond, then carbon-carbon triple bond, and then substituent group. As for example, functional group is OH, and therefore this will become all, ene, ine, and suppose the substituent group is Cl, it will become chloro. Now take some example. CH3, CH, double bond CH, CHCl, CH2 or CH, C2H5. This can be written as CH3, CH, double bond CH, single bond CH, Cl, CH, CH, CH2, CH3. It should be CH2, C2H5. Now there is chain of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Numbering can be done either from here or from here. But I have told you the order of numbering should be such that the double bond should get priority over the substituent group. This is your substituent group, and this is your carbon-carbon double bond. So it should get the preference, and hence it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. 7 carbon atom chain. So first we write the name of the secondary prefix, that is the substituent group with its position. Substituent group is 4. At 4th position, it will be named as 4-chloro. Then it is non-cyclic. So cyclotern will not be used. After that, we shall come on word root. It will become hept. Then we assign the position of the primary suffix. Primary suffix is "-ine", second, and it is starting from second position, so it will be hep-2-ene. So its complete name will be 4-chlorohep-2-ene. Now let us take such a case in which there is presence of primary prefix also, like this compound. It is cyclic in nature, therefore primary prefix will be there, that is cyclo. First we name our number, double carbon-carbon double bond, and then the substituent group. This is your substituent group. So numbering should be started from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So first we write the position or the name of the substituent group. It will become 4-chloro. Then primary prefix, cyclo. Word root, has, and it will become "-ine", 4-chlorocyclohexene. This is your IUPAC name. And if you give it common name, it will become cyclohexenyl chloride. Another example I am taking, which contains 2 different types of substituent groups. And if there are 2 different types of substituent groups, then their names should be written in alphabetical order, irrespective of their number. So suppose this is the case, CH3, CH2, CH, CH3, CH, C2H5, Cl. In order to name it more conveniently, this compound can be written like this: CH3, CH2, CH, CH3, CH, Cl, CH2, CH3. There are two substituent groups in this compound. One is chloro and the other is methyl group. But whatever are their number, that doesn't matter. First we write the name of the chloro group and then we write methyl group, because M comes after C in alphabetical order. But in doing so, we have not to disturb the lowest sum rule. So the chain is of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 carbon atoms. Word root will be 6. If we start from numbering right side, left side or right side, whatever you may take, first right side. Then this is your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The two substituent groups are coming at third and fourth position. Sum of the numbers is 3 plus 4 is equal to 7. And if we do the numbering from this side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The two groups are coming again at 3 plus 4 is equal to 7. So sum of the numbers from both the sides are same. And if it is such a case, then we should start the numbering from that side, so that the group which comes first in alphabetical order should get the lowest number. Therefore, we shall do the numbering from this side, and it will have name 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So it will be called as 3 chloro, 4 methyl, 3 chloro 4 methyl hexane. Hex is word root and N is primary suffix. This is the complete name of this compound. Take another case. Which is alicyclic there are two substituents, bromo and chloro. And from either side, if we start the numbering, the sum of the numbers remains same. 1 plus 2 plus 3, 1 plus 3 is equal to 4, and this will also be 1 plus 3 is equal to 4. But if we start the numbering from the carbon atom with which bromo group is attached, then the alphabetical order will be taken into account, and therefore numbering will be like this, and its name will become 1 bromo, 3 chloro. This also contains a primary prefix, therefore it will be cyclo, then word root hex, and then N. Consider this compound CH3, CH, double bond C, Cl, CH2, CH, CH3 whole twice. Or it can be written as CH3, CH, double bond C, Cl, CH2, CH, CH3, CH3. There is chain of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 carbon atom. Word root will be hex. Now this contains carbon-carbon double bond as well as substituent groups, and there are two different kinds of substituent groups, chloro and methyl. So in this case, we should start the numbering from that side so that carbon-carbon double bond should get priority over substituent group. There is no functional group here. Therefore, if we start the numbering from left side, the double bond is coming at the second position, and if we start the numbering from right side, the double bond is coming at 1 to 3rd and 4th. Hence, we should choose this side 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One substituent group is chloro, other is methyl. So in alphabetical order, chloro will come first. Its position is 3. So it will be 3 chloro, 5 methyl, no primary prefix, word root, hex, then 2 ene. Let me take more complicated examples. CH3, CH3Br. These two positions also indicate the carbon atom. So if you take the longest possible chain, it will be 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 carbon atoms. And if we start the numbering from this end, the double bond will get the second position. And if we start the numbering from this end, then the double bond will get first, second and third position. Since there is substituent group also present, that is bromo, so double bond should be given preference over substituent group. Its name will be 4-bromo, no other substituent group, no primary prefix. It will be pent 2 ene. Take one more such example. This is your Br. So the longest possible chain is of 4 carbon atoms. At second carbon atom, the substituent group is CH3 methyl, and at fourth carbon atom, the substituent group is bromo. Bromo comes first in alphabetical order in comparison to methyl, but its position is 4th. So although its position is 4, it is getting greater number, but alphabetical order will be taken into account first. So it will be 4 bromo, 2 methyl. At second position, CH3 group is present. Then chain is of 4 carbon atoms. It will be but 2-ene. Now suppose this is the compound, an aryl halide. This is an aryl halide. On the basis of common naming system, it will be called as meta-chlorobromobenzene. But according to IUPAC naming system, it will be called as 1-bromo, 3-chlorobenzene. This is your IUPAC name. Similarly, if the case is like this, there are 2 substituent groups, iodo and CH3. Relative positions are 1-4. Therefore, on the basis of common naming system, it will be your para-iodo methyl benzene or para-iodo toluene. But on the basis of IUPAC naming system, it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Iodo will be given preference over CH3 because I comes first, methyl comes after that, M comes after that. So it will be 1 iodo, 4 methyl benzene. This is your IUPAC name. In common naming system, it may be called as para-iodo-toluene. Now take this example. Suppose it is PCl C6H4 CH2 CH3 whole twice. If this type of situation comes where there is P, O, or M, then it means P stands for para, means 1-4 position. There are 2 substituent groups are there present at 1-4 position with respect to each other. If it is M, means meta 1-3 position, and if it is O, it means ortho 1-2 position. So it means there are 2 substituent groups. One is chloro and the other is this total group. So it can be written as one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1-4 position is known as para position. Therefore, it will be this chloro, and at 4th position CH2, CH3 whole twice. Now, if there is a side chain in the benzene nucleus or in aromatic nucleus, which is somewhat complex, and it is possible when this side chain contains 3 or more than 3 carbon atoms, then we have to do the numbering in the side chain also. So 1, 2, 3. It means that the side chain is the derivative of prop. So this compound will be named as 1-chloro. Now this side chain is present at 4th position. So it will be 4 Then this is propyl, and with this propyl, methyl is attached at second position. This will be 2-methyl propyl and benzene. Now here it should be noted that if there is a benzene nucleus and there is a side chain which contains only hydrocarbon part, then in order to name it, we should see, or we should compare the number of carbon atoms in the side chain and in the benzene. If the side chain contains less number of carbon atom in comparison to benzene, that is less than 6 carbon atoms, then it will be treated as derivative of benzene. As for example, if in the side chain there are 3 carbon atoms and there is no substituent group or the functional group, then it will be called as propyl benzene. But if the number of carbon atoms in the hydrocarbon part of the side chain is more than 6, then it will be taken as derivative of side chain, like alkane, alkene or alkyne, according to the nature of the carbon atom present in the side chain. So suppose there are 7 carbon atoms outside, that is in the side chain, and benzene is attached, then it will be called as phenylheptane, assigning the position of the phenyl group also. If it is attached at first carbon atom, then it will be 1 phenylheptane. Likewise, there may be 2, 3, or whatever is the position. Take another case. Suppose this is O, Br, C6, H4, CH, CH3, CH2, CH3. This O stands for ortho, means there are 2 substituents present at 1, 2 position with respect to each other, and this is your benzene nucleus. Its structure will be like this. Ortho means 1, 2 position. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. This is your bromo group. At second position, there is CH, CH3, CH2, CH3. Again, the side chain is complicated, and therefore it will complex. Therefore, it will be again numbered. Now bromo will come first, and this will be written after that because of the alphabetical order rule. So it will be 1 bromo, then 2. This is your propyl, and this is methyl group. This methyl group is present at the first position, so it will be 1 methyl propyl benzene. Now this total group is also a secondary butyl group like this. This is secondary carbon atom. So this is secondary butyl group, sec butyl. Therefore, this compound may also be named as 1 bromo, 2 secondary butyl, benzene. So this is all about the IUPAC naming system of the aryl and the alkyl halides. In case of dihalogen derivative of the alkane, which are named as bisphenol or gem, in common naming system, this is Wisnal. And on the basis of common naming system, this will be propene dibromide. This is your common name. But if we name it according to the IUPAC naming system, then we will have to do the numbering like this: 1, 2, 3. This is your 1, 2 dibromo propane. Similarly, if the compound is like this, which was named as benzalidine chloride, according to common naming system, this is iodine because it is gem in which the two halogen atoms are present at the same carbon atom. But if we name it according to IUPAC naming system, then as I have told you that if in the side chain there is presence of any substituent group or the functional group, then the compound is taken as the derivative of the side chain, and this benzene nucleus in which the group has been substituted in place of hydrogen, that is, it becomes C6H5, it will be treated as phenyl group. So this compound will be your dichlorophenyl because of one carbon atom, what root will be meth, and because of single bond methane. So this will be now phenyl group. Similarly, if this is the compound, then in this case also, since the side chain contains a substituent group like Br and I, therefore it will be taken as derivative of side chain. Side chain contains 4 carbon atoms, that is, it will be derivative of butane, and this will be treated as phenyl. If you do the numbering from left hand side, 1, 2, 3, 4, total sum of the numbers is 1 plus 2 plus 3, 6. And if you do from right side, then sum of the numbers 1, 2, 3. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it will be 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 2 plus 3 plus 4. 9. So this is lowest number or minimum. Hence we shall do, or we shall prefer the numbering from left hand side. At first this is your phenyl group, at second there is iodo group, and at third it is bromo group. So their names should be written in alphabetical order. Irrespective of their number, its name will be, IUPAC name will be 3-bromo, 2-iodo, 1-phenyl, and this will be butane. So this is all about your nomenclature. In my next lecture, I will start the preparation and properties of the alkyl and aryl halides. And in the meantime, if you have any query, you can send me, I will answer. So thanks to all of you.